Hello, hello, hello. I am Tierra Nicole Riley. I'm a motivational speaker, five-time published author, and life coach and owner of Rethinking Me LLC, a life coaching firm. We are continuing in our intentionality series, and today we are talking about intentionality in your relationship with God. So, I'm going to go over a couple of ways that I am intentional about fostering my relationship with God and some of the things that you can do to apply to your relationship with God to further that that intimacy and that closeness with him. If this isn't for you, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But if this is for you, tune in, make sure you subscribe to our channel and share this video with someone who needs this information. Now make sure they want to have a relationship with God, okay? Like listen, don't force a relationship with God on them. Just make sure it's something that they want, right? Because the one thing I know about God is he is a gentleman. He will not force anything on you. You have to welcome him into your life. That's just how that works. So, my one way that I've been intentional with my relationship with God, and I actually think I want to like circle back to this idea. But I used to have reminders, like the reminders app in your phone. If you're not an Apple user, I don't know the equivalent. Sorry. Anywho's, the reminders app in your phone, and I would have it scheduled to remind me to pray throughout the day. So every couple of hours, it would say, pray about this subject. So I would pray for myself, pray for my daughter. The first one, first thing in the morning, was pray just to say thank you, right? Pray for my finances, pray for my business. And so there was different reminders all throughout the day. And I think I'm going to circle back to that in 2024 just because it is such an important reminder because we go throughout our days and we just kind of like forget to pray. But I definitely think it's a way to welcome him intentionally into your life, but also intentionally into your day, but also intentionally into these different areas of your life. So, definitely a tip that I would recommend if you're trying to get more intentional about prayer. Another thing is not only do I attend church regularly, a lot of people feel like, oh, I could just watch church online. It's not the same. I need to be in the building. Okay. I need to be in the building and I need to be in the building before service starts so that I can have the full worship experience. I'm not just here for the sermon, I am here for praise and worship as well. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people come in the middle of praise and worship and then you want to sit like I gotta get out your way so that you can get to the seat. And that's just really inconsiderate, in my opinion, because I'm having an emotional moment with God and I have to stop that because you came late. Get to church on time, people. Like, I try not to judge people, but that bothers my soul. And it bothers my soul because you're interrupting my worship experience because you have to ask me to get out of your way to get to the seat. Like, I don't know, I just don't like it. But anyways, going to church regularly, being in the building, and also making sure that you find the right church for you. I love my church. My grandmother hates my church. It's too loud for her. She's like, it's too much going on. I feel like I'm at a rock concert, whatever. I love it. It works for me. I enjoy it. Right? So it's about finding the right church for you and then going regularly. Another thing is having relationships with people who are also of God, right? And have a relationship with God. You can have different conversations with people. And I'm not saying I can't be in relationship or, friendship or what partnership with people who are not intentional about their relationship with God. It's just a different conversation, right? Like I can call insert person here and be like, yo, I'm really struggling with this. And it's a whole different conversation than what I would have with someone who's not, right? So having those godly relationships definitely make a difference in my relationship with God because they can reinforce not religion. They can reinforce what I know to be true and what I believe in because we believe in the same thing, right? And the next thing I want to talk about is really viewing God as your father. Like a lot of times yes, he's our heavenly father, but we get wrapped up in the heavenly and forget father. Like I truly view him as my father. I talk to him like he's my father. I engage with him like he's my father. I ask things of him like he's my father. I appreciate him like he's my father. And that gives me like a different level of relationship with him. Like he's not just the God of the universe. That's my daddy. And I can ask my daddy anything. I can talk to my daddy about anything. I can bring anything to my daddy. Right? And that really, I think that's the difference between religion and relationship, is really having that relationship with him and truly feeling like that closeness to him. And because of that closeness and because of that relationship, it gives me the opportunity to pray about everything. Like I can talk to God about anything, big things, small things, good things, bad things. I can bring it all to Him, and I do. And I truly believe that opens up the door for me. Like I thank God, and I truly, so I have this thing where like a solid 90% of the time I'm gonna get a good parking spot, like a really good parking spot, right? It'll either just be sitting there waiting, or like I'll pull up and the car's pulling out. Like it always happens. And I look at it as my reminder that God is here. Even in the small thing. Like you might be like, it's just a parking spot. Whatever. It's a reminder to me that God is always there. Always. He's always going to be here for me, even in the little things. And He wants to be a part of my life, start to finish. He doesn't want to be excluded from any area of my life. That includes me finding a parking spot. Come on, somebody. Right? And the last thing I wanted to share that has really transformed the intentionality in my relationship with God, I have a prayer and manifestation journal, and it really is just a regular journal, but I just happened to be in Target, and I saw this journal that was compartmentalized into 5 different sections, and I immediately was like, I need it, and do, and do. And so it has become my prayer and manifestation journal, and it's broken down by different areas of my life. And so being able to break it down to these top, areas of my life that I want to pray about and I want to invite God into intentionally, and I want to manifest certain things and goals and ideas, and it's all in one place, but it's broken down by category, so it's not as scrambled as it feels in the moment. Right. So, those are some things that have helped me. What are some ways that you've been able to be intentional about your relationship with God? Please drop it in the comment. I can always learn and grow and do better. So, please drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on some ways that I can continue to be intentional about my relationship with God and things that have worked for you. Anywho's, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications when the next video has dropped. Thanks, guys. Make sure you hit subscribe and follow me on all